Second down. Left down. Left down. Good man.
65.
He's almost stepped up. Good job, man. We have a medical disqualification. Vince Beckman wins by default.
Safety reasons, we cannot have this foul. So the winner will be the Air Force Academy athlete. And Vinny is the
Referee stops contest, Tony Barr.
Go!
While we're waiting, I'd like to introduce our new referee for the next 2 rounds, Mr. Ron Stutzman. In the red corner, weighing in at 132 pounds, standing 6'1", a junior from Texas A&M, Jackie Whitley. Standing 5'7" at 132 pounds, a 22-year-old senior, president of his boxing club at Ohio University, Ron "Catman" Katz.
comedy group right there.
I tell you. We're looking tough, huh? Are you sure we don't have to go up any higher? Can we sit down this long?
Winner at 132 pounds from the blue corner, Ron Katz from Ohio University. 139 pound boxes up, please. Events. I'd like to welcome you to the National Collegiate Boxing Association Saturday night main event. Tonight we will watch the finalists compete for the crown of the 1989 national champion. We have 12 bouts tonight from 112 pounds to the heavyweight. We have finalists from all over the country. Folks, in a minute, let's give them a big hand in welcome and wish them the best of luck. And now, the 1989 NCBA finalists. Good luck, fellas. At 112 pounds, from Cal Berkeley, we have Eric Mims fighting Wu-Wei Wong from VMI. At 119 pounds, we have Paul Duras from LHU fighting Jimmy Mann from Navy. At 125 pounds, from Santa Clara University, Scott Nelson versus LHU's David Mockamer. 132 pounds, Brad Klein in the red corner from LHU versus Ron Katz from Ohio University. Dan Burnell from Army will be fighting at 139 pounds versus Dave Kohut from the Air Force Academy. At 147 pounds, Brian Newman from Army will be fighting Kevin King from the Air Force Academy. At 156 pounds, Gary McCoy from University of Nevada, Reno versus Tony Fletcher from Army. Manny Rose from LHU versus TJ Hogan, Air Force Academy at 165 pounds. 172 pounds, we'll watch Sam Williams from Navy fight Mike House from Army. 180 pounds will be John Jones from Navy versus Vincent Becklin from the Air Force Academy. 190 pounds, we'll see Bob Hoyt from Navy versus Tony Barr from the Air Force Academy. The final bout is heavyweights with Steve Lobbs from Navy versus Brian Zalkowski, a senior from the Air Force Academy. Thank you, gentlemen. In boxing, as in all teams, the members of the Boxing Association become close. Over a month ago, a 1980 Air Force Academy graduate, Captain John Young, lost his life in a C-130 crash in Florida. The bell will be tolled 10 times in recognition of his events. And now to start things off, the national anthem will be led by Master Sergeant Gary DeClaire of the Air Force Academy Band Combo.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Gary. With that, I'd like to dismiss the finalists to their corners. Grab onto your seats, ladies and gentlemen, for we're starting tonight at 112 pounds. A lot of action promising. Just a bit of added interest. If the clock above me is working tonight, it is considered an unofficial time. So just so no one is confused at the time. At 112 pounds, standing 5'6" in the red corner, from Cal Berkeley, an 18-year-old freshman, Eric Leon Mims. He will be fighting tonight the 112-pound National Collegiate Boxing Association National Championship for 112 pounds, standing at 5'6", hailing from Taipei, Taiwan, a 23-year-old junior from VMI, Wu Wei Wong.
they ready for me to start?
Are you ready for the comment? Are you ready for the commentator?
And action underway in the 112-pound bout. You heard the introductions. Yu Wei Wang, VMI, Virginia Military Institute, and Eric Mims out of Cal Berkeley. Mims in the blue singlet, Wang in the white with red lettering and red trunks. Should be a very interesting bout. Wang, the defending champion in this event. He is a junior. Mims, of course, only a freshman from Cal Berkeley. Wang steps in and gets off a good shot right on the ropes. We will explain the scoring as we go along here this evening at the Cadet Fieldhouse. Wang stalking his opponent. Out in the middle of the ring are both fighters, standing and eyeing each other. And Wang moves in, gets off some good shots, and all of a sudden he's got Mims in trouble, but Mims fighting back very nicely. Right above our position here in the corner, Mims fights out of trouble. Good exchange there on the part of the two fighters. Wang, though, apparently, at least from this vantage point, landed the more effective punches.
Wang very much the aggressor thus far in the fight, Stephen, but when Mims did get in trouble, he fought back on the ropes.
Mims jumps in, pushes Wang a little bit, has him in the corner, but Wang, the defending champion, comes right back out of it, no problem at all. Mims giving a very good account of himself so far, warned by referee Al McChesney to keep the head up. Fighters again eyeing each other. There's a good straight left that time by Wang. He gets right in on the face of Mims. No harm, though, at least from a damage standpoint. However, it will score. Again, the fighters right above our position, and Mims, some good shots. Right, left, right, and another shot. Wang seems to be a little bit staggered, now fights back just a little bit. Mims had a chance right there to maybe put this fight away, but backed off at maybe the wrong time. 10 seconds left to go in this first round. 2-minute rounds in amateur boxing at the collegiate level. And Mims moving in late on some good action there, and good exchanges by both fighters there, Craig. It's really hard to tell who won that round, but before we get into who won that round, briefly, why don't you explain how scoring is done at this level of boxing?
Well, for each round, it's a 20-point for the winner in every round, and if it's a close round, as that one was, 19 points for the loser, and if it's a clear advantage for the winner, then the loser gets 18 to 17 points per round, and a one-sided round, 20 points every round for the winner, 16 to 15 points on the loser on one-sided, and for a completely outclassed round, it's 14 points for the loser of that round.
Very close round that time. I think that Wang definitely carried the action for the most part. However, Mims giving a good account of himself late in that round. Again, 2-minute rounds in the Collegiate Boxing Championships. You might have heard the whistle there. The seconds will be out, and we'll be back underway here in just a second. I'm going to have to score that first round for Wang, but on the 20 to 19 basis on the very close round. There's the bell. Fighters step right out. Wang comes out very quickly. Mims fights right back, ducks a couple of blows. Now they're tied up. A little bit of pushing. Some good body shots there by Mims. And now the break.
Mims, being a freshman, does not seem to be intimidated by the defending national champion.
Maybe that's the best thing for him, being a freshman, Craig. He doesn't know that he's supposed to be scared. Close up of the fighters there. You see him moving around the ring. Mims gets in a good shot, but then he's a little bit staggered. And we are going to get an 8 count. I'm not sure. I thought that was a slip. Mims not real happy about it either, but Al McChesney thought that it was from a blow. I thought that Mims landed the blow, and Wang took it, but we get the other way. Now, a standing 8 count or a knockdown is not supposed to count anymore in the scoring than just a good solid blow. We'll have to wait and see how that affects the judges. Usually at this level, the judging very good. It should not affect their decision at all. Again, Wang stalking his opponent. Mims looking a little bit shaky, pushing his man into the corner now. There you see it on your screen, about 1 minute left to go. And again, a warning here from Al McChesney just to keep the head up a little bit on the part of Eric Mims. Mims keeping that left hand cocked right up around his chin. Carrying the low rather low, or the right rather low, I should say. Wang stepping in again, holding his man off with just a straight hand. It's not really a blow, just trying to keep Mims from coming in and hitting.
Mims seems to be tiring a little bit in this round. His feet are a little bit slower.
Arm speed doesn't seem to be there either at this point. Fighters come in again. Mims staggers just a little bit. And again, he is told to keep the head up, do not bend over at the waist. It creates a dangerous situation. If the referee has to warn him again, he may deduct a point. Approximately 10 seconds left to go in the round. And again, break called for along the ropes. And Craig, I think you called it right on the nose. Mims looks very, very tired.
His arms are starting to drop also at this point. He's not throwing nearly as many punches. Footwork is slowing down.
That's the end of the second round. We will have one more, 1 minute between rounds here in this level of boxing. The National Collegiate Boxing Association Championships, NCBA Championships, from Colorado Springs, Colorado, the United States Air Force Academy Cadet Fieldhouse. There you get a look at the defending champion from Virginia Military Institute, Yu Wei Wang.
He seemed to win that round by a clear advantage.
And again, under the rules of scoring, that would be at 20-18 or 20-17, putting Mims at a definite disadvantage here in this final round of action. Probably needs a knockout to win or a decided advantage. Referee stops contest would be the only way. So basically, Mims, you see him there in your corner wearing the blue, probably has to win this round. Seconds, as you see, going out. Here we go. Getting set for the third period of action, third round. See if Mims was able to compose himself at all during that round and get some strength back. Pulls in with the shoulder a little bit. Again, has the head down. Wang taking advantage of that just a little bit. Now Mims lands a nice little right, but Wang not affected by that.
Mims really the aggressor, but he seems very much out of control.
Mims trying just to frustrate the more experienced Wang and the defending champion by coming in and hoping to land that lucky blow. I think his corner told him that he needed that knockout to win this fight. Little dancing going on in the ring now.
This little break could be advantageous for Mims at this point. Catch your breath.
As the referee stepped away from Mims, he looked very, very tired, ducking his head again. I think he's totally out of gas here. And the second standing 8 count of this bout, first in this round, the other occurring in the second round of action. Mims laid it all out at the first part of this, and that's it. The referee has stopped the contest. Referee stops contest. Yu Wei Wang of Virginia Military Institute wins the round on an RSC. Referee stops contest. We will have the official time for you in just a moment.
The awards, please, for the 112-pound weight division. Presenting the awards tonight for the 112-pound weight class will be Coach Emerson Smith, retired coach from the U.S. Naval Academy and safety director for the United States of America Amateur Boxing Federation and the NCBA. Receiving the gold medal and winner, national champion in the 112-pound weight class by referee stops contest, Yu Wei Wang from VMI. Receiving the silver medal from Cal Berkeley, Eric Leon Mims. Receiving the 2 bronze medals from the semifinalists, Doug Pavone from LHU. And Frederick Taylor from the Air Force Academy. $119-pound weight class up, please. Thank you, gentlemen. For the second round, our referee will be Mr. Kevin Marin. 119-pound weight class, in the red corner, standing at 5'7", from Lock Haven University, the 1988 NCBA champ in this weight class, a 20-year-old sophomore, Mr. Paul Burris. And in the blue corner, standing at 5'5", 119 pounds, a 22-year-old senior from Navy, Mr. Jimmy Mann.
So there you have your contestants for the second bout tonight, 119 pounds. The first of our critical matchups in these team standings. Jimmy Mann of Navy against Paul Doris of Lock Haven State. Doris, the defending champion. Doris will be wearing the white shirt with red trunks. Mann in navy blue for the midshipman. Doris comes out quickly, throws a couple of good blows, landed more on the side of the head, but again, scoring punches. Scoring must be done with the white part of the glove in amateur boxing. Doran looking for an opening, comes inside, trying to bully his man just a little bit. He is a senior. Doris, the defending champion, only a sophomore. Oh, and there's an 8 count already, as Doris just stepped right in and took it right to Jim Mann.
Now we see why he's the defending national champion. Very hard punch.
And very quick, as Doris stepped right in, and he comes right back in.
He's got that killer instinct.
Mann just trying to hang on for dear life at this point, not really fighting back at all, just trying to cover up, possibly get through this round. Again, Doris in the white from Lock Haven State. Very critical matchup. Very critical for Air Force and Army also. If Mann somehow should lose it, or if he should lose this match, that would put Air Force in a much better position for the overall team championship later also.
And Lock Haven with 12 points still has a shot to climb in it.
So very critical all the way around. 4 teams well within striking distance of the championship. And there's another 8 count, second one of the first round. Approximately 50 seconds left to go in this first round. Jimmy Mann totally befuddled by Paul Doris so far in this bout. If Mann doesn't get some kind of offense going, this one will be stopped very quickly. The welfare of the boxer is the main concern of all the officials in the NCBA, as it should be at every level of boxing. Here's Doris swinging wildly as Mann is just down underneath. Not sure if he's got enough left to hold him up at this point, the pounding that he's taken so far in this match. Checking the eyes now and adjusting the headgear a little bit. There's another hard right, and another hard right, and another steps in with the left, and that's it. The referee has stopped the contest. Paul Doris of Lock Haven State is your winner. 19 seconds left to go in the first round. Quite a match, Craig, as Paul Doris came right out, took command of the match early, and put it away early also.
That's going to put Lock Haven up to 17 points in the standings. And we'll put them in second place, ahead of Navy.
Second place at this point, 5 points in the championship round to the winner of a bout. No points to the loser. All fighters that are in this round tonight got 3 points for their semifinal victories, which occurred here at the Air Force Academy last night. So Lock Haven State puts themselves right back into contention.
At this point in the standings, the Air Force Academy, 18 points. Lock Haven is now taking over second place from Navy with 17 points. Navy with 15 points. And Army still hanging in there with 12 points.
With 12, that's right. So very interesting goings on. Let's go up to the ring announcer.
Presenting the awards for the 119-pound class, Mr. Al McChesney, former coach at Westchester University and one of the founding fathers of the NCBA. Winner and national champion at 119 pounds, Paul Burris from Lock Haven University, receiving the gold medal. Also presented is an NCBA national champion jacket. Receiving the silver, Jimmy Mann from Navy. Bronze medalist tonight, Rogelio Sandoval from from Cal Berkeley. And Paul Burnett from the Air Force Academy. Thank you. 125-pound weight class up, please. I'd like to introduce the men alongside of our ring, the judges, scoring on a 20-point must system. Mr. Homer Boone, Mr. Joe Tinney, Mr. George Ginter, and Mr. Stu Bartels. Standing at 5'6", weighing in at 125 pounds, 1988 NCBA national champ, returning. His father was also the 1960 boxing championship at 125 pounds, a 25-year-old senior from Santa Clara University, California, Scott Corky Nelson. Challenging his crown tonight, standing at 5'7", the 1988 Dickinson Outstanding Boxer from Lock Haven University, a sophomore, David Mackamer.
Here are your contestants right there, as you heard it by the ring announcer. Again, a critical match for Lock Haven State, Craig. They have a chance to take over first place right here if Mackamer can win this bout.
He's fighting a very experienced fighter, defending champion, also 25 years of age. And I would assume he's been fighting a number of years.
Especially since his father was an NCBA champ back in 1960 in the same weight class. So he's had some good instruction. You know that's true. It's Scott Nelson of Santa Clara, the defending champion. He is in the all-red outfit. Dave Mackamer of Lock Haven State in the white shirt and red trunks. Nelson coming right out again, but Mackamer fighting back very nicely. Both fighters a little bit wild in the ring in the early going. Mackamer starting off very quickly with Nelson. Nelson answering shots from both fighters. Good counters. Here's Mackamer. He's got Nelson in the corner. A blow to the throat. That'll hurt you. Makes it a little bit tough to breathe for a few seconds. Good scoring punch. Body shot, that one is considered. Good block that time by Nelson. Nelson to the left of your screen, Mackamer to the right. That's a push. We will have a warning for same. Mackamer holding his gloves in a very good position, but it doesn't matter to Nelson as he walks right into him and nails him with a couple of very good shots to the face. There's another good body shot by Nelson. Nelson now trying to move in. And again, a break. We see Mackamer holding his gloves, Craig, in a very good position, but it didn't matter to Nelson that time as he got through the defense.
And I think the punch affected him also. He had that look in his eyes when he got hit by that punch. A little bit of a daze.
Very disturbing to have a very good defense up in front of your face, and all of a sudden it's getting hit 2 or 3 times. There's Nelson again landing a blow. Mackamer trying to come back just a little bit. Nelson definitely carrying the action in this round. 10 seconds left to go. Unofficially, you see it there on your screen. Little infighting there by both fighters. A final break, and we'll see if somebody can get off a blow before the bell sounds, and not quite. Very good round that time.
Very good round for Nelson. Mackamer didn't back down, but he got hit with some very hard punches in that round. No standing 8 count. He hung in there pretty well, but he had a dazed look in his eyes.
He did for a few moments, but again, fighting back very well was Dave Mackamer of Lock Haven State. Again, a sophomore in this bout. Nelson, the defending champ, a 25-year-old senior from Santa Clara. There you see Dave Mackamer getting some instruction. But a very interesting bout nonetheless. Craig, how would you have scored that if you were judging ringside?
I think it was a clear advantage for Nelson. He landed some very hard punches and definitely outpunched him, took the action to Mackamer, and I would see it as a clear advantage.
I agree with you very much. We'll score that first round 20-18, but of course we don't count. It's what the judges see at ringside that really matters. There you see the defending champion Scott Nelson of Santa Clara, California. There's Dave Mackamer of Lock Haven State. Second round of action underway here. This is our third bout of the night. 125 pounds into the NCBA Boxing Championships from the Air Force Academy in Colorado Springs. McAmer trying to get a little bit of offense going here. Really needs to get something generated or this bout will be over. From a point standpoint, would need a knockout in the last round to get it. Good shot there, but Nelson coming right back on him.
Every time McAmer punches, Nelson counters very well.
If McAmer lands a blow, Nelson seems to land 2 or 3 in response. Good blow to the side of the head there. Maybe not a scoring blow, not enough for the white of the glove. And again, a push. That's the second warning to Scott Nelson for pushing. Another warning and a point would be deducted. Nelson looking for that opening. McAmer looking just to get anything going at all. He flicks a jab out and it's blocked. There's a wild right. And again, Nelson steps right in and lands a blow of his own. After, oh, and there's a hard shot. That may be it. That's it. The corner is calling for the end of the bout. They are throwing in the towel. That was an absolutely crushing blow landed by Scott Nelson of Lock Haven, or of Santa Clara, excuse me. Dave McAmer getting attention from the ringside doctors. Again, the concern of the boxers' welfare, always the main consideration in the NCBAs, but again, a very, very crunching blow. Chair brought right over for Dave McAmer. The doctors are checking him out.
I think Scott Nelson did his father proud in that bout, following in his footsteps.
33 seconds left in the second round, unofficial time.
The team standings as of after 3 rounds of fights. Army in 4th place with 13 points. Lock Haven State University with 3rd. Navy in 3rd with 16 points. Lock Haven State University 2nd with 18. The Air Force Academy standing at 19 points in 1st place. Presenting the awards tonight for the 125-pound weight class, Mr. Bruce Mathis, Assistant Executive Director for the United States of America Amateur Boxing Federation, which is the governing body of the Olympic boxing program. Receiving the gold medal and winner tonight in the 125-pound weight class, Scott Corky Nelson. Silver medalist from LHU, David McAmer. Receiving the bronze medals tonight, Craig DeBoney from the Air Force Academy. And John Pendergast from Navy. £132 boxers up, please. Standing in the red corner at 5'7", from Lock Haven University, the 1987 national champion at 132 pounds, 1988 national championship at 139 pounds, returning at 132 pounds, 21-year-old senior Brad Klein. And in the blue corner, a 22-year-old senior from Ohio University, Ron Catman Katz.
132-pound class just about to get underway. Ron Katz of Ohio University against Brad Klein of Lock Haven State. Klein, the defending champion from last year, but in the 139-pound class. He comes down a weight to fight here this year.
But he does have that championship experience, so a chance here for Lock Haven to take over the lead, Stephen.
Lock Haven again in the white. That's Klein of Lock Haven in the white with red trunks. Ron Katz of Ohio University in the white shirt and green trunks. His coaches, because his coaches were not able to make it out, he will be coached by the Air Force coaches, Al Weil and Ed Wishers. A reciprocal agreement between Ohio and Air Force in a situation like this. We've seen this out here before 3 years ago when the championships last held at the Academy. Wishers and Weil taking over the Ohio Boxers for the tournament. Some good blows thrown in there by both fighters. Katz getting in a couple of good overhand lefts. There's a good left jab. The second one was picked off. Good straight left in there by Katz, and then he ducks underneath, tries to go to the body. Katz scoring very well so far for Ohio University. Can keep Lock Haven from first place if he can pull off the upset here in the 132-pound class. Good infighting. Oh, big uppercut there, missed by Klein, bringing some oohs and ahs from the crowd. If that one had landed, this fight might have been over just a little bit early. Katz trying to work the body a little bit, tied up nicely by Klein. That's the advantage of a returning champion. Again, both of these fighters standing chin to chin, really, and just slugging it out.
Even kills so far also. They seem to be pretty evenly matched at this point. No clear advantage.
20 seconds unofficially left to go in the first round. Katz again landing a big blow right in the corner on Brad Klein of Lock Haven State.
Klein fought his way out really well.
Klein trying to start the work downstairs a little bit now, holding the left hand up in the face and then coming downstairs. Ron Katz showing a lot of poise out here, but again, he is a senior. That's the end of the round. Katz showing a lot of poise. Again, we mentioned he is a senior, but Klein is a defending champ.
I would almost give the advantage in that round to Katz, but a very close round.
Just hang on for a second here. We'll edit it out. Trying to give you time to throw some stuff in here.
She scored that one pretty close.
I'd have to go 20-19 Katz. I agreed with you.
That might be a little dangerous to do, though. Try to score it on your own, you think? Or
No, that's what you're supposed to do. You got to try to see how close we are to what the judges say. Just about ready for the second round of action here. Craig and I talking about it. We think Katz may have won that first round by a 20-19 score. Katz out of Ohio University wearing the green trunks. Klein of Lock Haven State in the white with red.
anybody's fight at this point, and if Katz is going to keep Lock Haven out of first place, he's on track for a good start towards that.
Both fighters looking for that opening. Not quite as much infighting as we saw in the first round. Second round of action, 132-pound weight class. Katz puts up some good defense. All of those blows missed. And we're going to have a warning for grabbing around the back and holding and then trying to hit the other boxer. That goes against Katz. Katz gets in a little overhand left, not a hard blow, but a scoring punch nonetheless. Again, scoring is based on hitting the white portion of the glove on the scoring area of your opponent's body, which is the trunk or the head. The arms do not count. So if a blow is blocked, that's all it is a blocked punch. It is not a scoring punch for the man that threw it. Less than a minute to go in this round.
Klein seems to be a little more aggressive this round also.
Katz coming right back on him, though. Went to the body, really threw Klein off his rhythm there and kept Klein from coming back strong, trying to wrap up some big points in this round. Again, fighters infighting just a little bit there, just more pushing against each other than anything. Quick blow there. And again, Katz goes downstairs. Good duck under there as he got thrown off the ropes. Comes in, throws a couple of good rights. Katz again scoring very well. Another very close round as we wind down to the end of this second round. And there's the bell, and again, another very, very close round, Craig.
I don't know how I would score that one. Almost a tie. Both fighters landed some great blows, a couple of hard blows, some great jabs. Very even fight at this point.
Just about ready now for the third and final round of this 132-pound bout. Scoring in that second round, Craig, that may be the closest thing you ever see to a draw on a 20-point must system.
Can there be such a thing? Can it be 20-20 for a round?
There can be 20-20. It is extremely rare, however. We'll see what happens. Anybody's fight to win at this point, at least the way we see it. Ron Katz of Ohio University in the green trunks. Brad Klein of Lock Haven State in the red trunks. Klein, a defending champion, but in the 139-pound class, comes down a weight this year.
Klein has a lot on his shoulders also in this round. He can put his team in first place.
And when we get to the higher weight classifications, it's important for Lock Haven State to try to get some points because they don't have anybody later in the round. In fact, the last three bouts of the evening will be Air Force versus Navy, and Lock Haven really needs the points if they want to win the team championship. Some good hard blows by both fighters in there again. Klein appearing to get a little bit the better of it. Kind of backing Katz off. Katz trying to fight back very hard. Good straight left there by Katz. A couple more good blows right there. Klein getting hit so often we can't even keep up. Here's Katz really turning it on. The crowd now really getting behind Ron Katz of Ohio University, a decided underdog. Again, Katz getting the straight left in over the guard. Klein is running out of gas. Katz trying to pour it on just a little bit. 30 seconds left to go in this final round. Again, some good hard blows. Here comes Brad Klein, though, not giving up without a fight.
Klein had some great punches in that sequence.
And there's Katz coming back with a left-right. Klein comes right back with a combination of his own.
Nice uppercut as well by Klein.
Incredible action. Less than 10 seconds to go here in the third round. Katz again landing very effectively. And there's the end of a great 132-pound match.
Fighters shaking hands. Klein wanted to go a little more after that last bell. Little push after the bell.
Very interesting scene also down in the corner. The entire Air Force boxing team out to cheer on Ron Katz of Ohio University, who was adopted by this Air Force team. Their only representative from Ohio U, so the Air Force took him in as one of their own.
Well, they want to stay in first place, so.
I'm sure that helped a little bit too.
Well, scoring for that fight is very tough, Stephen.
We'll have the word on the official winner in just a second. We'll go on up to the ring announcer. Our ring announcer tonight, Cadet Second Class Eric Mayhew. He'll have the word for us as soon as the votes are tallied.
Presenting our awards tonight at 132 pounds, Dr. Gordon Calkins, head coach at Virginia Military Institute and treasurer of the NCBA.
A jury decision on the way. The fighters don't know this yet, but the decision has gone to a jury. That means a 3-2, I believe, decision.
And
they're going to
the
have to
winner
decide this one.
And national champion at 132 pounds by decision from Lock Haven University, Brad Klein.
Klein of Lock Haven State is the winner. You might hear it in the background, very unpopular, but a decision 3-2. It did go to jury, Craig.
Well, an Air Force crowd on hand, and that puts Lock Haven in first place ahead of Air Force at this point, 22-18.
So good news for Lock Haven State. Let's go for the presentation of the awards.
And the silver medalist from Ohio University, Ron Katz. Bronze medalist tonight from the Citadel, Ken Titus. And from Texas A&M, Jackie Whitley. At this point, I would like to recognize some of our distinguished guests in the audience. The Superintendent of the Air Force Academy, Lieutenant General Charles R. Ham. The Director of Athletics for the Cadet Wing, Colonel John J. Clune. Head. £139 boxes up, please. In the red corner, standing at 5'8", weighing in at 139 pounds, wants to be in the Special Forces when he graduates from West Point, a junior, Dan Barnell. Standing at 5'7", the outstanding boxer in the Midwest region, from the Air Force Academy, a senior, Dave Kohut.
There you hear the excitement at the Cadet Fieldhouse. Our first Air Force Academy boxer of the evening, Dave Kohut, a senior, the outstanding boxer in the Midwest Regional, to go against Dan Bernal of Army. We've seen these teams on the football team, on the football field. We've seen these teams play. We've seen these teams play everything. We've seen these two teams in the boxing ring before. This is going to be a war.
I don't think they like each other very well. If there's a crowd advantage, Kohut, he's got it made in this bout.
Kohut in the blue with white trunks, Bernal in the black with gold trim. Kohut comes out very quickly, knows that his team needs this win to go back into first place ahead of Lock Haven State. Kohut very active, as is Bernal. Quick hands by both fighters. Kohut, look at the flurry.
Exceptional quickness on Kohut's part.
Unfortunately, not many of those punches landed. The crowd getting very excited, but that's not going to help you if you don't land those. It looks good, but the judges only look for the white portion of that glove hitting the target. Kohut trying to step in. Bernal also very quick. Kohut taking the angles, bouncing away from his man at an angle, not giving Bernal a chance to come in right straight at him. Both fighters very intense at this point. Don't want to make a mistake, especially not when it's Army versus Air Force. We'll have to see if air power triumphs over ground power. Air Kohut against ground Bernal. Bernal tries to stick in a quick left. Again, Kohut throwing some good combinations. A little bit of blood. Apparently, I think it's coming from the nose of Dave Kohut. Kohut is bleeding from the nose just a little bit. Not enough for the referee to step in, although he is looking very closely at this point. Couple of good quick jabs there by Kohut. Bernal's also scoring very well with the straight left.
Blood
Kohut
starting to
bleeding
run much
heavily.
harder.
We both saw that at the same time. Craig Kohut bleeding heavily now.
I would say at this point, though, he has the advantage. He landed some great punches in that round. Landed more punches. Definitely the aggressor.
And an absolutely great first round in the 139-pound class.
They're not working a lot on his nose.
Just about ready for second round action to get underway. And what do you see over in the corner of Dave Kohut of Air Force, Craig?
Well, they didn't do much to his nose, Stephen. What they did was just wet down a towel with a water bottle and wipe it off, and he's ready to go. He's smiling in that corner. He knows he had an advantage, if not a big one in that first round. I think he did win the round with a close call, 2019.
2019, 2018, something in that range. A very close round. Dan Bernal of Army definitely still in it. Again, the crowd comes up, getting nice and loud, trying to cheer Dave Kohut on to victory. A victory that would put Air Force back in first place in this competition.
Kohut comes out firing in this round.
Again, comes out very quickly, as Craig mentioned. Bernal fires right back. Firing those howitzers, as the Army likes to say.
The blood's starting to flow again from Kohut's nose.
We're in dangerous territory here if they come over into this corner. Blood on the shirt. Kohut seems to be tiring just a little bit, not quite as active as he was. Bernal's still very steady.
Bernal seems to be picking up some confidence as well, throwing more punches.
Good straight left that time by Kohut, but Bernal landed it right at the same time. Those blows will pretty much offset each other. Again, Kohut throws in a couple of quick little jabs. Not hard punches, not for what you need in the pros, but for amateur boxing, they'll work. Bernal comes back, but Kohut's got him moving backwards. Kohut pushing Bernal back a little bit. Bernal fighting back very nicely, though, and stops the onslaught for the moment of Dave Kohut.
Bernal seems to be throwing the harder punches in this round also.
Kohut moving in, trying to get the arms down, going to the body, come with that right hand, using the left as a decoy. The Air Force boxing team getting the crowd going here. The big cheer going up for Dave Kohut. 20 seconds unofficially left to go in the second round.
See if that sparks the legs a little bit. He seems to be a little bit tired at this point.
Kohut comes in with two straight lefts. There's a right. Another left push in the face. Again, the scoring blow. Kohut trying to get it fired up. Last seconds of the second round. And that is the end of round number 2. Again, a very good round. Hard to be judged that one. But Kohut landing more blows. Bernal landing harder blows throughout the round, Craig. But again, under the rules set up by the NCBA in scoring, it's how many effective punches do you throw, and that means scoring blows. We'll have to wait and see if that gives Dave Kohut the advantage in that round.
This about much the same as the last as far as scoring is concerned. Very tough to call at this point. Both fighters seem to be tiring also.
Kohut still bleeding a little bit from the nose, but they seem to have it at least somewhat under control. Not a whole lot they can do for it. Just hope that it doesn't get too bad. You see Ed Wishers there with his back to you, giving instructions to Dave Kohut. Here on the other side is Dan Bernal, heaving very heavily. Of course, at 7,000 feet, it's pretty tough for a fighter to come up from sea level and be able to go for 3 hard rounds. Here we go with round number 3, the third and deciding round. Air Force trying to get back into the lead. Army trying to get up near the top and maybe have a chance to win this championship themselves. Dave Kohut of Air Force in the blue, Dan Bernal of Army in the black with gold trim.
Kohut very fired up once again at the start of the round here.
Kohut comes out very quickly, expends a lot of energy early in the round. That's been his pattern over the first 2. And again here in the third, but he has tired at the end of the rounds. That could cost him here in the deciding third. Very close bout so far.
The nosebleed has not been a factor, but it's starting to bleed a little harder at this point.
Bernal picking on that nose just a little bit, going after it, trying to increase that blood flow, maybe get the referee to step in, or the doctors even. There's a good left from Kohut. Follows it up with a right. 2 more left jabs. Bernal trying to fight back, but missing, going down low. Kohut catching those blows with the elbows. Bernal gets a punch in there, a left to the face. Another good left by Bernal. Kohut trying to fight back. He appears to be out of gas. Bernal still looks a little bit stronger than Kohut. Has a little bit more left, it appears. 45 seconds left to go. Can Dave Kohut hang on and win the championship in the 139-pound class? Crowd trying to fire him up. Dave Kohut looking for any advantage he can get at this point. Kohut steps in with that left. Bernal lands a good right and a left. There's another good right by Bernal. 2 more punches put together by Bernal. Dave Kohut in trouble. Dave Kohut definitely in trouble here. The Army fans trying to get their man going too. 10 seconds left to go in this bout. Dave Kohut trying to fight back, but he has nothing left. The arms are dead, dog tired.
Kohut is sitting duck at this point. He's catching a lot of shots.
Now he's coming back, though. He's coming back a little bit here. Dave Kohut putting together a late charge. There's the bell. Again, 3 great rounds of action.
I think Bernal took that last round.
The question will be, did Dave Kohut have enough of a lead to withstand the rally by Dan Bernal? We'll get the decision in just a moment.
Presenting the awards tonight at 139 pounds will be Coach John Furlow, head coach and assistant athletic director at Westchester State University and former coach of AFA head coach Ed Wishers Jr. Winner and national champion at 139 pounds in the blue corner from the Air Force Academy, Dave Kohut. Winning the silver medal.
There you have your winner, Dave Kohut. And it was funny to see Dan Bernal's reaction there, Craig. He was shocked, to say the least. He thought he had won that fight, and it was very, very close.
He really poured it on in the last round. Kohut ran out of gas, but in the first 2 rounds, Kohut built up a relatively good lead and held on to win, even though he ran out of gas.
I think when Dan Bernal sees the official results from the judges, he may not be so upset, because I have a feeling that was a 3-2 decision. 1 point either way for either fighter. I don't think that Dan Bernal will be quite so upset, but I think the decision a good one by the judges. Dave Kohut did have a big lead going into that last part of that last round.
And what that does for Air Force, Stephen, is put them in first place with 23 points, 1 point ahead of Lockhaven. And our next fight with 2 Army fighters is going to put Army up ahead of
Mrs. Jean Adams.
Quite possibly, except
And the manager for the Air Force team, C2C Johnny Panel.
Air Force.
And of course, the tournament director who's contributed tons of hours, Captain Robert Strickland Jr. 147-pound boxes up, please. Weighing in at 147 pounds, standing 5'10". 3-time Brigade Open champion at 154 pounds. a 21-year-old junior from West Point, Brian D. Newman. In the blue corner, a senior from the Air Force Academy whose goal is fly, fight, and win, Kevin King.
So another very important matchup here at 147 pounds. Brian Newman of Army against Kevin King of Air Force. You know the colors, you know the story. Let's get the bout underway. This ought to be another great one.
A chance for Air Force to really increase that lead in the team standings, but Army can also crawl back in this one with a win.
I've seen Kevin King fight for 4 years now at the Wing Open here at the Air Force Academy. Very strong fighter, very, very quick with the hands. We'll have to see if he can handle Brian Newman of Army, though. 21-year-old junior at the West Point Academy. King ducking very well under those blows by Newman. King not really throwing much offense yet, but he will have to if he wants to win this bout. Brian Newman, the aggressor so far, even though he's been backing up.
Both fighters extremely quick.
The 147-pound match, our 6th bout of the evening. Fighters clinching just a little bit along the side over there. No real advantage shown by either fighter here so far, trying to feel each other out, I think, just a little bit. A rather overused cliche, but one that fits very well in the world of boxing. Less than a minute left to go officially in the first round. Kevin King looking for an opening. Brian Newman with a kind of spread defensive style. Holds the gloves out just a little bit, ready to launch an instant offensive attack. Likes to come outside in. Kevin King fights more from the interior of his body, likes to come straight in. Could be an advantage for either fighter if he can get the punch off that he wants to get off. King still looking for that advantage.
20 seconds in the round and not a lot of action in this round.
Down to 10 seconds unofficially. Again, the arena clock is unofficial, so time is kept at the scorer's table. And there's the bell for the end of the first round. Very interesting one. I'm not really sure who to give it to. Kevin King was always moving forward for Air Force. Brian Newman always moving back, but no real effective punches thrown by either fighter.
There was some punches thrown and punches missed, and no clear advantage for anyone at this point. And it was kind of a feeling out round, I believe, and maybe it'll pick up here in the second round.
We'll just have to wait and see. I'm not even going to try to score that one. Getting ready for second round action. Ed Wisher's there in the corner giving some instructions to Kevin King. Just told his fighter, don't forget to box with him. Gave him some kind of advice on using the right hand a little bit more, I believe, but he said, don't forget to box. Doesn't want Kevin King to get into too much of a slugfest with Brian Newman. Box and move, stick him, take the angles away, and just keep moving around the ring and score, score, score. That's what it all boils down to. Good right hand there by Newman. King fighting out of it well. King trying to go down to the body just a little bit. Again, most of those blows are missing. Scoring done with the white portion of the glove. King moving in that time, getting in a couple of little jabs. Newman pushing King back onto the ropes. Lands a couple of good shots to the side of the head. Good scoring blows that time by Newman of Army. King again, more the aggressor. Newman backing up. Good right hand that time by King. Comes in with another one, but it catches the shoulder. Shots to the arms and shoulders do not count. Trunk and head only. Left flicked out there a couple of times by King. Under 50 seconds to go in the second round. King again stepping in. A good little flicked out left there by Newman. Newman has King backed up again. Crowd trying to spur on Kevin King of the Air Force Academy. There's a good right. He has staggered Newman. That one really staggered Newman. He needs to move in now. Newman is rocked. His leg's a little bit wobbly. Trying to fight out of it. Left, right, good right hand. Going to the body, going downstairs, upstairs, Kevin King. Brian Newman in a lot of trouble. There's a left. Now Kevin King gets a warning for a push. There's the end of the round. Kevin King came on strong there, gaining a clear advantage in this round that is now his to win or lose.
Yeah, the first round pretty close to a draw. Definitely an advantage for King in that round. So Air Force really has a chance to up their team standings with this round.
Three official warnings, but some of those are just like, don't do it again. You'll see a warning. A warning may be the first one, but you'll always be able to tell the second warning because he'll say second time. So if you see him go like this and this, that means that's two warnings for a third round of action about to get underway here. The sixth bout of the evening, 147 pounds. There on your screen is Brian Newman of Army. He's taking on Kevin King. There you see the Air Force boxing team cheering on their teammate Kevin King, a senior who came on very strong there in that round. Had Newman really hurt a couple of times, especially late in the second round.
King really started to pour it on when the crowd got behind him. I think that really pumped him up in that round.
Here we go with the third and final round of action, 147-pound class. King still being very cautious, knows that Newman has a lot of power. Little left jab that time, thrown out by Newman. King coming right back in. King trying to go for the big blow again like he landed in the second round. Newman scoring well there against King on the ropes. King coming right back though. Wild left. There's another good strong straight left there by King. There's another right. And followed up by a left. Kevin King again putting together combinations on Brian Newman.
Here comes the crowd as well. Maybe this is going to pump him up again in this round.
Kevin King trying to move in, finish this one up. Brian Newman fighting back very nicely though, negating any possible advantage that Kevin King has. Oh, a good left hand by King there.
Came back with a straight right.
Newman again, though, countering, keeping King just enough off balance that he can't finish him off. Warning to keep the head up. You see the clock on your screen coming down to about 30 seconds left in this bout. Kevin King trying to get it off. There's a good left hand there by Newman. Newman misses with it. He's starting to run out of steam.
Once again, the Air Force team gets the crowd into it.
King looking to unload here, try to finish this up in big style. There's a good overhand right. Got over the defense. There's another right. Newman still trying to fight back. King starting to pick a few of those off. This bout is just about over. Last couple of seconds. There it is. That's the bell. 147 pounds. Kevin King of Air Force or Brian Newman of Army, we'll find out.
Out on that one.
second here. You see the judges in the lower right quadrant of your screen conferring a little bit on who's going to be the winner. Get ready to go up to the ring announcer, Cadet Second Class,
And
Eric
the awards
Mayhew.
tonight for 147 pounds, former head coach at VMI and former head coach at U.S. Naval Academy and president of the NCBA, Tom Burgess. And national champion and winner of the 147 bout, from West Point, Brian D. Newman. And silver medalist Kevin King from the Air Force Academy. Bronze medalist tonight.
There you have a very surprising decision. Brian Newman of Army. Craig, we talked about it while we were waiting for the decision. We both thought that Kevin King had won that pretty convincingly in the last 2 rounds especially, but Brian Newman gets the decision.
Maybe Newman had the harder blows in the judge's eyes. It seemed that King had landed more blows, more scoring blows. That puts Army in a pretty good position. 17 points, Air Force stays at 23, and Army has a fighter in the next bout, so they can climb right back into this.
Just in at our home. Standing at 6'1" at 156 pounds, the 1987 147-pound national runner-up, 1988 national champ at 165 pounds, a 20-year-old junior from the University of Nevada, Reno, Jay McCoy. And the senior from West Point, 5'10", and Toto Fletcher.
Here we go at 156 pounds. Tony Fletcher of Army against Gary McCoy of Nevada, Reno. McCoy in the all blue with white trim. Fletcher of Army in black with gold trim. McCoy is a defending champion of last year, but at 165 pounds, he comes down a weight class for this year's competition.
Fletcher has a lot of incentive for this fight as well, because he can put his team up in the standings up to second place.
Have to wait and see if the Air Force crowd realizes exactly what the story is with Army point-wise in the team standings. You'd think they would want Nevada Reno to win this fight, especially with the Nevada Reno fighter wearing the Air Force colors of blue and white.
At any rate, with an Army boxer in the ring, I think they will go with the opposing fighter.
That very well could be. And an interesting rule difference for the 156 pounds and up.
The gloves change in weight from 12 ounces up to 14 ounces, I guess, to soften the tougher blows with the weight being up a little bit.
That, and they figure them big boys can carry him a little bit better, I guess. Fletcher in the all-black outfit, McCoy in the blue.
Fletcher looks much stronger physically.
McCoy may surprise you a little bit. We'll have to wait and see, but Fletcher, the stuff that bodybuilders are made of. But here comes McCoy stepping in. Again, McCoy is a defending champion at a higher weight division.
Seems to have those long arms he can toss in there, and he uses those well.
Less than 20 seconds to go unofficially here in the first round. McCoy stepping in very quickly, trying to take advantage of a situation there. Both fighters getting off good blows.
See some blood on the mouth of McCoy.
And McCoy definitely bleeding in the mouth. We'll have to see how that affects this match as it goes on. Getting set for the start of second round action here in the 156-pound class. It's our 7th bout of 12 here this evening. And team competition stays very tight. Air Force with a slim lead right now. Army starting to breathe down their necks, though, with their victory in the last weight classification. That was 147 pounds. Brian Newman, a winner over Kevin King of Air Force. This match, Tony Fletcher of Army against Gary McCoy of Nevada Reno.
Fletcher seemed to have a real good first round, landed some very hard blows.
McCoy, a defending champion from last year. However, he was the defending champ at 165, not at 156, where he's fighting tonight. Have to see if he can handle the lower weight and if he can handle, more importantly, Antonio Fletcher of the United States Military Academy.
Fletcher stalking throughout the fight.
Fletcher definitely the aggressor so far. McCoy not sure what to make of this opponent. Obviously afraid to get too close, respecting some punching power from Fletcher. A couple of good blows landed there by both fighters. Fletcher, however, though, getting in a couple of extras over McCoy. Then McCoy coming right back with a strong left right into the face. There's another good left by McCoy. McCoy starting to find his range just a little bit more now.
Got rocked with that punch.
Yeah, Fletcher hit him right back. That was the old double blow situation. They hit each other. Fletcher definitely coming out on the top end of that exchange.
I don't think McCoy wants to go toe-to-toe with Fletcher. Fletcher too strong for that.
If McCoy hasn't figured it out, he just did as he gets rocked again. Very game fighter, though, obviously made of stern stuff to still be standing there trading punches. Has been hurt a little bit, but the referee has not had to step in and give him an 8 count yet.
Tony Fletcher's head movement is enabling him to miss a lot of punches.
Very quick, very smooth fighter. There comes McCoy, though, landing a couple of blows of his own, backing Fletcher up. Down to the last few seconds of the second round. McCoy trying to make a push. Oh, 2 good lefts and another left. Fletcher really pouring it on at the end of that round and probably taking control of this match, maybe taking it right away from Gary McCoy. Oh, did he? See, because I only saw the one blow, but because I was watching. There you see the corner of Gary McCoy of Nevada Reno. He had some trouble there in the second round of action in the 156-pound bout. He is going up against Tony Fletcher of Army. There you see Tony. Look at the size of the arms on Antonio Fletcher.
I think Antonio gave him a couple of punches to think about for this last round in that second round.
Third and final round, 156-pound bout. Fletcher in good shape. If he can just stay away more or less from McCoy, not get hurt, he should have this one wrapped up. McCoy might need a knockout to win this fight, or a referee stops contest, as it's called in amateur boxing. I prefer knockout, though, Craig. I think it's a much more descriptive term for what really happens. Again, the fighters landing semi-simultaneous blows, neither one really doing any damage. Antonio Davis trying to size his man up, throws in another good, strong, straight left. And again, the left. McCoy just can't reach his man. Antonio Davis too quick and a little bit too strong. Rights, lefts, uppercut. There's another right and another right, landing to the side of the head. Fletcher, pouring it on. McCoy trying to fight back, doesn't have much left. It's the blows that Fletcher has rained down upon him have taken their toll.
Every time McCoy tries to punch, Fletcher counters in the face.
McCoy getting in a couple of good blows there. Too little, too late, I have a feeling. Antonio Fletcher of Army is going to put Army right in the thick of the team chase. Again, to both fighters standing there pounding away at each other. Another good left and two good lefts.
Referee
And that may
steps
be
in.
it. He's going to give him a standing 8 count. Less than 10 seconds left. Antonio Fletcher of Army in severe control of this bout. There he's going down. There's the bell right as you see McCoy go through the ropes.
McCoy, a very game fighter. He tried to hang in there. He took some heavy blows in the last 2 rounds from Fletcher.
A real clinic, though, put on by Tony Fletcher of the United States Military Academy, better known as Army, as he pounded away on Gary McCoy. We'll have the decision in just a moment.
£156 awards, please. Presenting the awards tonight, Mr. Jimmy McNally, head coach at U.S. Naval Academy. And handing the awards to coach, Ms. Shannon Marquez in the jean dress and Joanne Wenzel in the black dress. Winner and national champion at 156 pounds. From Army, Antonio Fletcher. And the silver medalist from UNR, Gary McCoy. Great fight.
So there you have the decision at 156. No surprise, Antonio Fletcher of Army, and puts Army right back in the thick of it in terms of the team standings.
Lock Haven has a chance to increase their lead. As a matter of fact, go ahead of Air Force, take over the lead with this next bout. But Air Force has a chance to increase their lead as well. 165 pounds, Tim Hogan for Air Force. Manny Rose for Lock Haven. Should be a great bout.
Unfortunately for Army, they've only got 1 fighter left in the finals. Let's go up for the introductions of the fighters for the next bout.
The ring is not here permanently, and it is not an easy chore to set up either. Big thanks to the outstanding facilities and support staff here at AH. In the red corner, weighing in at 165 pounds, standing 6'0", the outstanding boxer at Central Connecticut State University. Runner-up in 1988, Manny Rose. And in the blue corner, going 6-1 in 1988, a senior from the Air Force Academy, T.J. Hogan.
165-pound bout. Manny Rose of Lock Haven State, Tim T.J. Hogan of Air Force. This is a critical matchup. Air Force leads Lock Haven, at least by our estimation, or in our unofficial count of the team score. Of course, we'll have to wait until the whole thing is done, but the way we've got it right now, Air Force is up by a point. Lock Haven against Air Force in this match. This one is very important for Lock Haven. Air Force still has 3 fighters left in the 3 upper weight divisions that they will take on Navy. So it's very important for Lock Haven to get some points here. If Air Force can win this one, they are in very, very good shape going into their bouts against Navy.
Manny Rose for Lock Haven, a very experienced fighter, a runner-up for the championship this past year.
T.J. Hogan of Air Force in the blue singlet with white trunks. We'll reverse that for Manny Rose as he's in a white top with red trunks. Hogan doing a lot of ducking under the punches by Rose. Blow to the back of the head. A little bit of wrestling going on in the bout there. And a warning for a blow to the back of the head. Given that time to Rose, T.J. Hogan trying to step into his punches, coming down a little bit low. He may get a warning for ducking under next time instead of Rose getting the warning for a blow to the back of the head. T.J. Hogan turning his body just a little bit too far to be effective. And what Rose is doing is backing up to the short side of the body, or the side nearer to him, not giving Hogan an angle to throw the blow. There's a warning for holding. Referee making his point quite emphatic there. No real solid blows landed by either fighter yet. A little bit of pushing, a lot of arm action in there. Both fighters very strong, keeping each other off balance, not letting them get those blows in there with the arms. There was a fairly good left there by Hogan, but he goes through the ropes as he's a little bit out of control. Again, Hogan going down underneath the arms of Rose. A stumble that time by Rose, not from a blow. There was a good left by Rose, getting in and scoring. Round just about over. And there's the bell. Close round, but again, when you get to these upper divisions, you see more power, so the fighters a little bit more careful about wading in with each other. We'll have to wait and see how this one develops over the next 2 rounds. Looks like we lost a camera. Getting ready for second round action in the 165-pound weight class. There you see Ed Wishers giving some instructions to T.J. Hogan, exhorting his fighter on. Manny Rose may have had just a little bit of an advantage in that first round. Did land a couple more blows than did T.J. Hogan, but still a very close fight as we head into the second round, Craig.
That was not a pretty round, but quite a bit of action.
Both fighters coming right out at each other, and again, T.J. Hogan dipping the head down. There's the warning. Had to anticipate that one. T.J. Hogan trying to bully his way around the ring on Manny Rose. No, that's not a knockdown. You see the referee wave it off. It was a trip, an inadvertent trip.
Both fighters seem to be a bit out of control.
Manny Rose of Lock Haven stepping towards T.J. Hogan. Hogan continually ducking down underneath him, and that's putting both fighters a little bit out of control. There's a warning to both fighters. First to T.J. Hogan for ducking, then to Manny Rose for holding him down when he's done so. Hogan's got to stand up if he wants to throw any punches and win this fight. There's a strong right and a left and another left. Hogan finally getting a combination in there. Crowd picking up the chant. TJ trying to get him going. I don't know where that came from. Again, no knockdown, but another trip. But I think what had happened was the back of TJ Hogan's left glove hit Rose right in the face, knocking him down. Ruled an inadvertent blow. Less than a minute to go in the second round. Rose appears to be running out of steam a little bit. A very half-hearted left hook thrown that time. TJ Hogan trying to gain strength. There's a good right hand. Again, ducking under the blow, throwing him off balance with the elbow. There's a left. TJ Hogan landing the better blows in this round by far. There's a right. Rose hanging on for dear life, and I literally mean hanging on. Grabbing TJ by the back of the neck. Again, Hogan gets a little bit out of control. Gives him a little push to the side of the face. There's a wild left hook that misses, and Hogan comes back with a left hook that misses. Good left that time by Rose. Hogan answers back with a right. That's the end of the second round.
Great round of action, I think. TJ Hogan had an advantage. He got some great blows when he had him on the ropes.
Should be a very interesting third round. Third round of action just about to get underway. There you see Manny Rose of Lock Haven State, one of the last hopes for his team if Lock Haven wants to win the team title. Going up against Rose, TJ Hogan of the United States Air Force Academy, hosting the event here this evening. It's the National Collegiate Boxing Association Championships.
Things picked up great in that second round. This third round should be a war.
Both fighters come out trying to throw, not getting off effective punches yet. Again, TJ Hogan ducking under the blows. Ed Wisher telling his fighter between rounds, you can't throw the punch if you're bent over at the waist. TJ apparently not listening to his coach very well. There's another warning for holding down to Rose. Again, both fighters stumble. There's the second official warning for holding down the head against Manny Rose. As that time, TJ Hogan did not duck. There's a good left-right combination by Rose. Hogan coming right back, landing to the side of the head. Not very strong blows and not particularly effective blows, but at least slowing Rose down a little bit as he goes out underneath the ropes for just a second.
Rose throwing a lot of punches when he's backing up.
TJ Hogan definitely the aggressor here in this third round, trying to put on the charge that will carry him over the top into a national championship. Rose lands a couple of good blows there. Again, TJ ducks underneath.
The Air Force team getting the crowd into it once again, trying to fire up TJ.
Tim, TJ Hogan of the United States Air Force Academy, Manny Rose of Lock Haven State. Hogan not nearly as effective this round as he was in the second. Rose getting a few more punches in there. The knee buckled for just a second on Hogan. He might go down.
In a row.
He's going into the ropes. There should be an 8 count here.
2 solid lefts by Manny Rose of Lock Haven.
And again, a warning for holding down the head. I don't know what the referee was looking at that time. Should have definitely been an 8 count against TJ Hogan of the Air Force Academy as he was all but out on his feet, and he goes down again.
Rose really showing some power in this round.
The referee is taking away a point for hitting with an open fist against Manny Rose. Again, TJ Hogan went down, and the referee stopping the clock and taking a point away from Manny Rose. Unbelievable. The coaches for Lock Haven State are up on the ring apron, seeing their fighter, and they're now asking the referee. You might see it on the left-hand side of your screen. What in the world is going on? You knocked down our fighter, knocked him down, and you're giving us a point warning. We'll find out what the decision is. Could be rather interesting. Just about ready for the announcement of this 165-pound bout. Let's go up to the ring announcer as he's checking again with the judges. Your ring announcer tonight, Cadet Second Class Eric Mayhew. And we should have the decision here in just a moment. Good bout between T.J. Hogan and Manny Rose. T.J. of Air Force, Manny of Lock Haven State. Here comes the announcement.
And the winner and national champion at 165 pounds from Lock Haven University, Manny Rose. Presenting the award tonight is Mr. Dick Ricksheim, head coach at Cal Berkeley. Silver medalist, T.J. Hogan from the Air Force Academy.
So fortunately for Lock Haven State, the judges seeing it the way that we saw it here and not the way that the referee saw it, giving the decision to Manny Rose. And even though Manny lost a point there in that last round, an overwhelming decision in the round did not hurt him, even losing the point. So Manny Rose, the national champion from Lock Haven State at 165 pounds. What does that do to the team standings?
It puts his team into first place, and it's a good thing because the last fighter Lock Haven has was Manny Rose. They're in front right now with 27 points, Air Force with 23, and Army hanging in there as well with 22.
We will have the 172-pound bout coming right up. It will match Mike House of Army against Sam Williams of Navy. You think Air Force and Army and Air Force and Navy don't like each other? Watch this fight. You talk about a war. This one may be over quick. They may want to punish each other too. We'll have to find out. Let's go up to Eric Mayhew.
In the red corner, standing at 6'0", 172 pounds, Samuel Williams from Navy. In the blue corner, standing 5'11", going 5-0 in 1988, a sophomore from Army, Mike House.
So here we go in the 172-pound class, Mike House of Army in the black. These two guys may be kind of hard to tell apart. Sammy Williams wearing the navy blue. Both wearing gold trim, both wearing gold headgear. Right now, Williams is on the left side of your screen. Now they'll flip-flop back around. Mike House of Army on the left, Sam Williams of Navy on the right.
Army really needs this fight. This is their last fighter in the competition, and Navy has a fighter left in every bout.
As does Air Force after this one. 3 bouts left after this one. It'll come down pretty much to Air Force and Navy. Lock Haven in the lead right now with their victory in the last bout, but they don't have any fighters left. Air Force and Navy could both end up passing them. Fighters again wary of the other's power. The Army fighter on your right, that is House. Less than a minute left to go in the first round. House stepping in with a couple of semi-solid blows there. Scoring punches, not hard punches. But again, in amateur boxing, it's scoring that counts more than strength of punches. At least that's the way it's supposed to work. Fighters missing each other just a little bit. getting a little bit wild. Now they back up and regroup. Good combination there by House as he steps right in. We're going to have a standing 8 count. Mike House stepped in very quickly. Got off a great combination, Craig.
A lot of power. Both these guys seem to have good power.
8 count now completed. Less than 30 seconds to go. We'll have to see if Mike House can step in and press the advantage. That's House on the left. House missing with the big blow, trying to get it in there. Gets a little solid right in there.
Williams slowing that jab out to get off the ropes.
Another good combination and a hard right. We're going to have another standing 8 count. Good call that time by the referee. House again throwing in a good looping right that got over the defense of Williams. Williams looking a little bit glassy-eyed, but still has the defense up. And that's the end of the round, and a very good one for Mike House of Army as he got 2 standing 8 counts on Sam Williams. Should be an interesting match from here. We'll have to see if House can press home the advantage. There you see the scorecard of one of the judges. That's Sam Williams of the United States Naval Academy in Annapolis, Maryland, taking on Mike House of Army, the United States Military Academy in West Point, New York. And House immediately comes right back out, picks up right where he left off, and knocks down Sammy Williams of Navy. And just that quickly, 7 seconds into the second round, House comes right back out. This one could be over very quickly. Inadvertent bell. Williams coming back, trying to come back gamely at least. Very rubbery legged, having a little bit of trouble focusing on his opponent, obviously, after taking 3 standing 8s. There's another good solid left by House. Give Williams a lot of credit. He's standing right in there. Another good combination by House. House showing extreme quickness for a man of his size.
He's cutting out the ring very well, just stalking.
There's another good right. Williams trying to come back. He has nothing left on those punches. There's another good left, and that's it. Referee stops contest. Mike House of Army wins it. Just a second. 172-pound bout. Mike House of Army, a referee stops contest winner over Sam Williams of Navy. Let's go up to Eric Mayhew, the ring announcer.
And winner in the 172-pound class division by referee stops contest, 45 seconds in the second round, Mike House from Army. Mike Martino, head coach for UNR, presenting the awards. Silver medalist Samuel Williams from Navy.
Next up, the 180-pound bout. That will be bout number 10 on the evening. Only 3 left, and we've done some quick mathematics. And if our mathematics are correct, Craig, a very interesting situation in the team race.
Navy has to win all 3 bouts in order to take the championship. They have 17 points. The Air Force Academy, 23 points with 3 bouts left. The Academy only has to win 1 bout in 3 to pull out the championship.
And coming up, the 180-pound bout, Vince Becklin, a defending champion. Let's go up for the introductions.
And Lock Haven State University with 28 points. At 180 pounds, a junior at the Naval Academy, hailing from Friendship, Maryland, John Jones in the red corner. Challenging the 1988 national champion at 180 pounds, calling Palm Harbor, Florida his home, a 22-year-old junior from the Air Force Academy, Vincent Becklin.
There you see Vince Becklin of the Air Force Academy, defending champion at 180 pounds. He's taking on Johnny Jones of the United States Naval Academy. This one critical for both schools. Now it's a head-to-head competition. Who will come out on top? Let's find out. First round underway. Jones coming out throwing some left jabs right off the bat. Becklin content to stand back for just a second and just wait to get his opportunity. Jones throwing combinations to the body. Becklin, a strong right hand right off the bat, comes right in and hurts Jones immediately. Another right hand and another right, a left. Jones answers with a little left of his own, but Becklin definitely the aggressor so far and scoring more points in the early going. A little bit of a push. Again, the left flicked out there by Jones. Becklin on your left in the blue with white trunks. Jones in the all blue with gold trim. There's another good right by Becklin. Follows it up with a little left shot to the jaw. Jones fighting back very nicely. Less than a minute to go here in the first round of action. Again, Becklin throwing a couple of good scoring shots. Vince, a big, strong guy, and even though those are just basically scoring shots, they still hurt. Jones trying to tie Becklin up, keep him in there on the ropes. Becklin gets away. Jones got to be careful about that. Under 30 seconds to go. If Becklin had spun around and gotten that punch off, Jones would have been in a world of trouble. Becklin tries to step in again. Jones comes back with a good, strong right hook. Down to 10 seconds unofficially here in the first round of the 180-pound bout. Becklin definitely not as strong at the end of the round as he was at the front. May have worn himself out just a little bit, Craig, by throwing so many punches.
I think he did have the clear advantage in that round. He did slow down a little bit later on. But Jones seems very strong, and he's got a great shot in this bout.
We'll wait and see how it comes down. You see Ed Wishers giving Vince Becklin some instructions. Second round action is just a second away.
Becklin not sitting down for a rest in the corner.
Very interesting style by Becklin, not to sit down. He's done that all of his years at the Academy in the Wing Open, and when he's gone as far as championships, kind of a psychological edge, especially at altitude. 7,000 plus feet here at the Air Force Academy. You see John Jones huffing and puffing a little bit over there in his corner, but Vince Becklin knows the altitude. He knows what has to be done. Again, he is a defending NCBA champion. He won in this weight division last year. Again, we are at 180 pounds. Vince Becklin getting ready to come out. You see him there. John Jones of the United States Naval Academy. His opponent, very critical match for both teams in the team standings. Jones comes right out trying to throw with Becklin. This is where he got hurt before.
Toe-to-toe at the start of this round.
Becklin slipping and sliding most of those punches. Jones going to wear himself out if he's not careful. If he does that, watch out. You might have to turn out the lights on this one because Vince Becklin will do some surgery.
Becklin uses his height advantage very well.
Jones still hanging in there. Slowed down from the first flurry, as you might expect, but still got the defense up very nicely. Still throwing good, crisp jabs. Becklin waiting for an opening. There's the combination. There's the strong left hand. Jones ties him up. That's what we warned. You got to be careful not to get too tired or too sloppy against Vincent Becklin. Jones throws a little left jab in there. Becklin comes back with a straight right that missed. There's a good right hook, and then down to the body goes Jones. Comes up top, going upstairs, downstairs on Vincent Becklin. Working on him in the clutch. There's Becklin turning around. Oh, he just loads it up. And he just loads it up again. Jones has nothing left. Vince Becklin just standing there measuring him. Fortunately for Jones, those shots landing on the arm more than on the head, or this one would be over. Becklin again lands a big solid blow, and there's the standing 8 count. Vincent Becklin just standing, rearing back and bringing everything he's got.
I think the altitude has taken its toll on Jones. He is really tired in this round. Still fighting gamely, though.
There's Becklin again, getting along the ropes. Watch him measure him. Here we go. And again, the referee backing him up just a little bit, getting Jones out of the corner. Becklin looking a little bit ragged, used up a lot of energy throwing those blows.
As ragged as he looks, he's still a lot fresher than Jones. Jones is kind of falling forward when he comes in.
10 seconds left to go in this round. Getting the fighters together, a little bit of hard feelings in there. Oops, a little bit of a late blow there by Becklin. But again, a dominating round for Vince Becklin there.
If you're going to throw a late blow, throw one like that, an effective shot after the bell.
In other words, if you're going to foul him, make sure that it counts, right? We'll find out what's going to happen in the third round. It should be a dandy. For dear life, not letting Becklin get those arms extended and get that power going. He's not going to give him a chance to get those arms out there again and hurt him like he did in that second round.
At this point, I think Jones needs a knockout, so he's really going to have to pour it on if he has a chance, and he's trying right now.
Jones getting in just a little bit, again hanging on. Becklin working a couple of arms free, going to the body. Jones tries to go up top, pushes him just a little bit. Becklin again just waiting for that one small opening that he needs to step in there and hurt Jones one more time.
Jones just doesn't have the energy to do what he needs to do in this round.
Good combination by Jones, but he didn't really hurt Becklin. Becklin turns him around in the corner again. There he goes, hits him with a couple of solid rights, then a left. Jones fighting back again though, gets him off balance. Jones has still got a little bit left. He's digging down deep and bringing up everything that he's got. Johnny Jones not afraid to stand in there with Vince Becklin and go toe-to-toe. Arms are starting to go a little bit. There goes the left.
John Jones has definitely shown he can take a punch in this fight. Both fighters very tired.
The pace slowing down just a little bit with less than 20 seconds left to go in the round. Good right that time by Jones. Didn't have enough on it though to back Becklin up. Approximately 5 seconds left to go in the bout. Again, Becklin steps in and hits him pretty heavily. And again, a late blow. But Vince Becklin puts on a little bit of a clinic. He should get the decision, but we'll have to wait and see how the judges saw it. Wisher's waiting very expectantly for the decision here. 180-pound class, Vince Becklin against John Jones. Big appreciative hand here from the crowd. Now, if I wasn't busy talking, I'd give these two fighters a hand. That was a whale of a fight.
Most of the heavy blows thrown by Becklin.
Waiting Eric Mayhew, cadet second class here at the Air Force Academy, our ring announcer tonight, to get the official word from the judges and come up and announce it to us. Again, by our count, if Air Force wins this bout, they have won the team championship. We will have to wait and see what Eric has for us. Let's go up to the ring.
Presenting the awards tonight for 180 pounds, Mr. Ed Wishers Jr., head coach at the Air Force Academy. He will be giving the gold medal and national championship title to his very own Vince Becklin from the Air Force Academy. And a very close silver medalist, John Jones from Navy.
We'll go back up to the ring in just a second. They're passing out the medals now, and they will now pass out the bronze medals. But we're hoping that they will give us a team update here. So we're going to get ready to go back up to the ring, awaiting the decision. But again, a great bout, and again, a big hand to these fighters at 180 pounds. Vince Becklin defends his championship at 180 over Johnny Jones of the United States Naval Academy.
Army at 23, Lock Haven University at 28, and AFA at 29. 190-pound boxes up, please.
So the Air Force Academy is ahead.
Ladies.
We'll have to get confirmation on those numbers for you. We'll give them to you in just a moment. Let's go up for the introductions for the 190-pound bout.
Last year was national champion at 190 pounds. They met again in November at a New York tourney where the other man won. Tonight, it's a simple 2 out of 3. In the red corner, weighing in at 190 pounds, standing 6'2", a 23-year-old senior from Navy, Bob Hoyt. Standing 6'4", the NCBA national champ at 190 pounds, 21-year-old senior from the Air Force Academy, Tony Barr.
$190-pound bout about to get underway. Tony Barr, the Air Force Academy defending champ at this weight, against Bob Hoyt of Navy. Again, another big matchup for both of these teams. Craig Kane off double-checking those numbers on the team standings real quick for us. We will have those for you in just a second. Barr in the white trunks, Bob Hoyt in the all dark blue. Starts off very quickly. Tony Barr, Bob Hoyt in there throwing punches. He doesn't know what the score is team-wise. He just wants to win a national championship in boxing. Heavy, heavy blows being thrown by both fighters. You can hear them. Tony Barr comes in with a good straight left, gets a big reaction out of the crowd and his teammates. Good scoring blow, but not a lot of damage done. Incredibly quick are both of these fighters at 190 pounds. We've seen it so far here in this bout. It's amazing that they can move their arms as fast as they can, as strong and as heavy as they are. Although 190 pounds, I guess, Craig, isn't that heavy compared to a guy like me.
Well, we're both hanging in about that area.
I don't even dream about 190 anymore. Tony Barr putting on a big flurry there.
As quick as both guys are, Tony Barr seems to have the edge in that department.
Both fighters throwing very well here in this first round of action. You see it, about 47 seconds left. Tony Barr again trying to throw good combinations. Those punches missing. Again, scoring is done by the white portion of the glove to the trunk of the body and to the head, not to the arms. And it's who lands the more effective blows. So far, Tony Barr has looked fairly good in this round, but Bob Hoyt definitely not hurting himself in the first round. He's staying right in this one.
Barr throwing in kind of a token jab, trying to get things set up.
There's the bell to end the first round. Tony Barr, the Air Force Academy against Bob Hoyt of Navy. And Craig, you left us for just a second to find out the team standings. Why don't you give us those real quick?
Officially, the Air Force Academy 29 points now. Army 23, Lock Haven 28, and Navy 16. But as we said, Army and Lock Haven have no more fighters left, so the Air Force Academy has the championships locked up at this point.
Okay, so there you have it officially. We'll have to wait and see what happens. There's still the rest of this 190-pound bout to go. And there's still the heavyweights also, Brian Zawakowski of Air Force and Steve Lobbs of Navy. We're concentrating right now, though, on Tony Barr from the Air Force Academy, defending champion at 190 pounds, going up against Bob Hoyt of Navy. The second round of action just about to get underway here. There you get a good look at Bobby Hoyt wearing the blue and gold of Navy, and there's Tony Barr of the United States Air Force Academy. There's the bell. Here we go with round number 2. Both fighters coming out throwing but picking off the blows of each other. Barr gets in a good left, another left. Missing with the right, but hitting 2 solid left hooks. There's another good left, and he staggered him. Tony Barr steps right in there and nails a good solid left after 2 earlier ones, and that took its toll on Bob Hoyt. Here we come back. Let's see if Tony Barr can finish off Bob Hoyt or if Hoyt can fight his way out of it. There he goes down. That'll be it. Nope, it's not. There he waves it off. That's it. Tony Barr, a very happy fighter here.
The flamboyant Tony Barr showing off some style here, getting the crowd roaring.
There you see Ed Wishers and Al Wild successfully defends his championship at 190 pounds. And if, Craig, if there was ever any doubt before about the team championships, Tony Barr just took care of those doubts as well as he did Bob Hoyt.
In very flamboyant style.
Let's go up to Eric Mayhew, our ring announcer, for the official announcement of the winner of the 190-pound bout.
Giving the awards out tonight at 190 pounds, Mr. Raleigh Schwartz, coach at Xavier University, former Olympic boxing official, former head of the officials for the International Amateur Boxing Association and USA Amateur Boxing Federation. Winning the gold medal tonight and national champion once more at 190 pounds by referee stops contest, Tony Barr. And the silver medalist, J. Robert Hoyt from Navy.
There you see the fighters getting their gold and silver medals. Tony Barr putting his championship jacket on right away. Bobby Hoyt gave a good accounting of himself, just didn't have enough to take care of the defending champion, Tony Barr, at 190 pounds, Craig.
And next we got the big boys coming in, the heavyweights. We should have a war.
This one could be very interesting. Brian Zawakowski of Air Force against Steve Lobbs of Navy, heavyweights. Zawakowski, along with Tony Barr and Vince Becklin, the last 2 winners here in the in the fights are all ex-Air Force football players. They were freshman football players here at the Air Force Academy. So a little piece of trivia there for you. We'll have to see if Brian Zawakowski can make it 3 out of 3 for ex-football players here in the heavyweight round. Let's go up to Eric Mayhew.
225 pounds in the red corner. A 21-year-old senior from Navy, Steve Lobbs Jr. And in our final fight for tonight, 6'3", 225 pounds, 21-year-old senior from the Air Force Academy, Brian Zawakowski.
Here we go, getting ready for the heavyweight bout. A pair of 225-pounders. Brian Zawakowski of Air Force against Steve Lobbs of Navy. Lobbs trying to uphold Navy's reputation and honor here in the last bout of the evening. There's the bell. We are underway. Round number 1, heavyweight bout. Lobbs has got to be fired up, trying to regain a little bit of respect for his school against the United States Air Force Academy Falcons. Lobbs definitely a little bit more active at this point. Comes inside, throws a couple of blows in there, gets an extra one in on the ribs. That's what the referee is warning him about hitting after the call for a break. Comes in with a little bit of a left hand right there. Both fighters kind of slapping at each other more than punching at each other right now. Zawakowski lands a right hand that brings a reaction from the crowd, but it really wasn't that good of a punch. Lobbs tries to come in with an overhand right, but that misses. Zawakowski trying to load up his right hand by flicking the left out and occupying the attention.
Lobbs really trying to load up his punches.
Fighters tangled just a little bit, less than a minute to go. There you see some of the Annapolis cadets trying to cheer on their teammate Stevie Lobbs as he takes on Brian Zawakowski. Fighters stalking each other. Lobbs definitely has been backing up for most of this first round, but he has seemed to land a few more blows than his Zawakowski of Air Force. Less than 30 seconds to go in the first round. Zawakowski looks a little bit tentative as he moves in. He starts to flinch and squint and doesn't really throw his punches with authorities. It starts to turn away before the punch is finished, and I think that's hurting his effort.
It's bleeding through the nose.
There's a good left, followed up by a right. Another good solid left as he threw it straight in there. And there's the bell, ending the first round. It's heavyweight action here at the NCBA Championships. Brian Zawakowski of Air Force against Steve Lobbs of Navy. Just about set for second round action here. You see the corner of Brian Zawakowski of Air Force. He's going up against Steve Lobbs of Navy.
In comparison to the last fight, just not quite the speed in this bout, huh?
Kind of looks like they're moving in slow motion compared to those 190-pounders. These guys running about 225.
Really loading up their punches, though. A lot of power.
Lobbs again trying to wade in, but slipping the punches fairly effectively as Zawakowski. Lobbs gets in a good right there. Goes down to the body, throws a couple of rib shots. That'll take the breath away from you. Zawakowski looking for his opening, not finding it. Still getting Lobbs to back up, though, without landing any really effective punches. Lobs lunges in and gets onto the shoulder of Zawakowski.
Here comes the crowd with the chant, Zowie.
Again, Lob seems to be the more effective of the two fighters. Every time that Zawakowski throws a blow, watch his head as he's flinching and turning away as he's throwing the punch. Waiting for the end of this one. Again, the fighters tie up. Down to about 30 seconds to go here in the second round. Action is definitely slowed. And again, the fighters grab each other, kind of wrestle around a little bit, and then release. Zawakowski starting to get the left in there just a little bit more. It is scoring a little bit, but it's not a very effective punch. Fans for both sides starting to rise up and yell. Navy fans definitely helping their fighter out. In fact, I think the Navy fans are getting just as much of the advantage in this fight as their fighter is, Craig.
Well, they've got some of the cadets down ringside. The midshipmen do, and they're exonerating their teammate. And he seems to have the advantage at this point. He's thrown a lot more blows, been a lot more active.
Steve Lobb seems to be in control of this one over Brian Zawakowski of Air Force, and we'll just have to wait for the third round to see how it ends. Just about ready for third round action. You saw very briefly in your corner there Steve Lobbs of Navy. He's taking on Brian Zawakowski of Air Force. This is the heavyweight bout, the last and final one on our card tonight. Zawakowski's got to turn it up a notch if he wants to win this one. He needs a decisive round to take this fight away from Steve Lobbs. Lobbs trying to gain a little respect for the United States Naval Academy midshipmen. Middies have lost the last two fights to the Falcons. Lobbs trying to remedy that situation right now. Lobbs now pressing the advantage. Goes down to the body. Brian Zawakowski not quite sure what to do about this. Again, throwing those punches but flinching every time he does so. That's not a very effective way to fight, Craig. He's not landing anything.
He seems to have quite a bit more energy this round, but he can't get any punches in. Lobbs' defense doing very well, and he's throwing a lot of punches.
Now we have the battle of the fans going on, as well as the battle of the gladiators in the ring.
The midshipmen fans are about 10 strong in the side, and they're making a lot of noise.
45 seconds left to go in this bout. Steve Lobbs possibly on his way to a big victory here. There are the Air Force Academy boxers trying to cheer their man on. In the background, you see the Navy boxers. Is their man Steve Lobbs trying to take it to Brian Zawakowski and win this fight for the glory of Navy, they're saying over in the far corner.
I think both fighters out of gas at this point.
Steve Lobbs again gets in a fairly decent blow there. Not much on it, but it scores. He is definitely scoring more effectively than Brian Zawakowski. Lobbs misses with a big overhand right. Zawakowski gets picked off on his attempt at an uppercut. Just about to the end of this round. And there's the bell. A great fight by these two heavyweights. Steve Lobbs should have the advantage. We'll have to wait and see what the decision is going to be in the heavyweight battle. Just about ready for the decision in the heavyweight classification. It was Brian Zawakowski of Air Force against Steve Lobbs of Navy. And here we're ready for the decision. Let's go to Eric Mayhew in the ring.
Please report to the jury table in the blue corner. And officials to the trainer's room for voting. Mr. Herb Croton. Gold medalist in the heavyweight division from Navy, Steve Lobbs, Jr. And the silver medalist from Air Force Academy, Brian Zawakowski.
So there you have it. Steve Lobbs gets the victory for the Naval Academy, regaining just a little bit of their honor. He wins it over Brian Zawakowski in the heavyweight classifications here at the NCBA Championships going on at the United States Air Force Academy Cadet Fieldhouse here in Colorado Springs. Still on the way, we do have just a couple of pieces of unfinished business. We have the Dean C. Plemons Jr. Sportsmanship Award and the Outstanding Boxer Award, which is presented in memory of John J. Fitzpatrick, a lifelong friend of boxing. We should have those awards coming up in just a few minutes, and of course you'll see right here exactly what's going on. We will also have the presentation of the Team Trophy Awards, and we'll make a final rundown of all the winners and recap all the action for you here. We'll do that in just a second.
Cable TV for covering tonight's events. And also would like to thank those who are ensuring the safety of our boxers. Medical aid is always close at hand here, as we saw last night. Please allow me to recognize Captain Mike Thompson, Dr. Dave Watson, and Mr. Emerson Smith, the safety chairman. To make nationals, ladies and gentlemen, the individual contestant and the contestant school must be registered and a member of the NCBA. The boxer must be a full-time student with a minimum of 12 credit hours at his school. To qualify for nationals, one must complete in one of 4 regions: Northeast, West, Midwest, and Southeast. The boxer must win in that region to advance. Last night and tonight, we saw the 4 regional champs in each class competing for that national championship crown. In case you've noticed during tonight's bouts, The referees wear 2 stars on their sleeves in remembrance of John J. Fitzpatrick, a boxing official and major name in boxing for over 50 years, and Dean Plemons, co-founding father of the NCBA. I'd also like to thank a member of the sports staff who hoisted the microphone tonight, Mr. Anthony Roberts, up in the corner. Again, the award girls for tonight, Miss Shannon Marquez, Joanne Wenzel, and Nicole Leuchter. Presenting all trophies from this point onward, the Superintendent at the Air Force Academy, Lieutenant General Charles R. Ham. In 4th place for the team trophy is Navy with 21 points. There's a tie for 2nd place. What we're going to do is have a team box off. Ready, fellas? Time for 2nd and 3rd place, Lock Haven University and United States Military Academy. And in first place, with 34 points, the United States Air Force Academy. Our next two trophies. To be awarded the Sportsmanship Trophy is a man from Army, Dan Bernal. And the outstanding boxer for the NCBA final tournament, Tony Fletcher from Army. The NCBA would like to thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for attending tonight's performance. Please drive safely home.